Welcome back to another season of the E-Show. Once again, my name is Neil Ravin, and I serve as the Director of Communications for the Eastern Hockey League. This week I sat down with Ryan McGrath, the new head coach and general manager of the Valley Junior Warriors, the host for this weekend's November Showcase. So Ryan, you've been a college coach. Before that, you were a junior coach. You're back in the junior ranks again. You've seen a number of showcases. Why are showcases so important?
It's really simple. It's every college coach gets the most bang for their buck when they show up to these events. To be able to see all 18 of our EHL teams or 19 teams play 18 games in 2 days is fantastic.
And now, most recently you were with Wentworth. You'd been at all of our showcases. Now you're back in the EHL. It's been a while since you were in the junior ranks before. Mm-hmm. How have the showcases changed over the year and gotten better over the years?
Speaking from EHL, we've simplified them. We've knocked them all down to 2 days, which is great. You're playing one game on each day, where back in the day you'd be playing multiple games on one day. Some of the other leagues still do that. I think it allows us to put our best foot forward and have a higher quality product.
And then now about your team. You've learned pretty quickly here that it's a marathon, not a sprint in the EHL. Your team is been totally different. Look back at the very first showcase, the second showcase, now this third showcase. You have just one game to go out and send a message and get back on track, if you will, on Monday morning at 8:40 against the Rough Riders. What's your message to your team?
So our message doesn't change for the showcase. It's actually quite opposite, where I'm trying to keep the guys level-headed going into a showcase, where typically they'll probably, what I've learned in the first two showcases, they've been a little more nervous than normal, knowing the large scouting presence that's going to happen. So this week has all been about just preparation and having self-confidence and not worrying about the little things that could set them off their game. Our team is certainly different. In the first showcase, we were flying pretty high. We came out of the gates pretty hot. Second showcase, we were a bit down. Now we're trying to find our way. We're really trying to establish our identity. Every week, we've gotten a little bit better in one area. We just haven't been able to put it together for one game. So that's really our message this week is really, stay level-headed, like I was saying, and let's just put together a full 60-minute effort where all of our facets are working.
And you talk about consistency. One player that's been pretty consistent all year for you has been Jax Dudley. Yeah. He was your all-star. The first game after all-star week, he comes right back, gets a hat trick. What did that experience do for his game?
Jack really enjoyed playing against the college teams. A lot of the things that we've been preaching to them has been all about the speed and the intensity that happens at the college level, and how we need to, if we want to impress college coaches at this level, we need to play with that level. We're not waiting till next year or waiting till we get to college to play at that level. So let's play it now to show these coaches what we can do. And Jack came back and said, he not to toot my own horn, but he was like, guys, coach is absolutely right, because every time we were out there, we got hit. It was so much faster than I was expecting, that I thought, he really thought the pace was very fast and very intense. So that's really made him, a believer into what the next 4 years are going to be like for him.
And he's a player his name shows up a lot in the box scores. Obviously, a player to watch this weekend. Are there other guys that have kind of taken his message and played well as of late that we should watch for this weekend on your team?
Yeah, I think Justin Sullivan and Luke Richards have done a really good job. They've been putting up some points quietly. They're both a bit undersized, so they don't get the notoriety that Jack gets, but they're both underage. Justin's a 2000 and Luke Richards a 2001. Both played for the highly successful Boston Advantage midget program last year, and they're putting up points every week, so it's been great. And they're really knocking on the door with a lot of college coaches. A lot of guys are calling and asking about them, and just kind of waiting for them to prove themselves a little bit more.
And just to wrap it up with the college coaches, you mentioned 19 teams this weekend, 18 games. What should the colleges expect from the EHL?
Really good food. Besides, it's a great venue to watch the games with our mezzanine here and the space to be able to walk back and forth. great action. I mean, everyone lives for these showcases. We only have 5 of them, and like I said, we're with each team playing 1 game per day, or us only playing 1 game. You're truly getting a really good snapshot of a team, not a tired team or not an injured team. You're getting a fresh team, which is good. So the college coaches they're gonna see some kids that are really gonna start to jump off the page for them. That maybe they didn't do it in September, they didn't do it in October, but they're gonna do it in November, and that's always been the case with this league. You watch this league in September and you watch this league in March, and it's a completely different league because everyone works hard, and the coaches do such a good job in this league of preparing their players.
Well, thanks, Ryan. Good luck on Monday.
Thanks, Neil.